Hello, very good morning, students. Right. Today we are going to discuss regarding the equilibrium constant. So yesterday we have stopped where? We have stopped somewhere near solving the problem, right? This is Kc, that is called as equilibrium constant. Once again, I am repeating what is that. It is the ratio of products of concentration of products. You are having the concentration of products on the numerator side, and these two terms of the products are getting here multiplied. So it is here you are indicating division, right? So K equilibrium is defined as ratio of product of concentration of the products raised to their stoichiometric coefficients to the product of concentration of the reactants raised to their stoichiometric coefficient. It is called as equilibrium constant. Okay, right. Now if you see the type of equilibrium constant, the equilibrium constant can be expressed with respect to concentration as well as with respect to pressures. So there are possibilities of getting two types of equilibrium constants. So whenever if you represent with a bracket, then that is called as active mass, or it is also called as concentration. Active mass means whatever the particles in the reaction are active or ready to involve in the reaction, those are called as active particles. That is our active mass. Active mass, it is also called as something like concentration. Concentration or active mass is indicated with this brackets. And concentration, it is also called as molarity. This is concentration. Concentration is also called as molarity. Means what is that? Number of particles in given volume. See, we will be learning regarding this one in detail in solutions as well as stoichiometry. First you remember, in a given volume how many particles are there. So if more the number of particles, the concentration of that particular solution will be very more, right? So molarity is nothing but it is defined as number of particles or number of moles by volume. See, moles means, you know, again weight by molecular weight. Already we have uh, idea regarding this one in gaseous state, right? So here number of moles per given volume or number of particles in the given volume, it is called as Kc. Okay, we are representing equilibrium constant with respect to concentration, right? And this concentration, it is applicable for liquids as well as gases. Kc is applicable for liquids as well as gases, right? When you go with respect to pressures, partial pressures, and that equilibrium constant is represented as equilibrium constant K with respect to pressure. And we know that how this one is related with Kc, or Kp how it is related with Kc. We know ideal gas equation like PV is equal to nRT. If we send V that side, what happens? P is equal to N by V into RT. And we know N by V is equal to nothing but concentration. So we can write it as CRT, concentration into R into T, because we know this N is this one, N by V. Okay, so P is directly proportional to N by V, or it is directly proportional to the concentration of the solution. And this Kp is applicable for only gases. See, for solids we have not at all mentioned, right? So Kc is applicable for liquids as well as gases. Kp, that is partial pressure or equilibrium constant at for partial pressures existing, it is given as Kp, and it is applicable for only for gases. And there are some three notes in this while writing the equation. Okay, please keep that in mind. So this is the first note. It is not present in solids. Means we have seen Kc, it is not present in solids. Kp, it is also not present in solids. So what we will be taking for solids? It is taken as unity. Why we are taking it as unity? Because gaseous particles all will be very close to, solids particle will be very close together. So what happens? There will be more number of molecules, more number of particles. But if you go for with respect to gases, gases will be randomly moving and the distance between them will be very high. So number of particles will be very less. So when you compare gases with respect to solids, solids are very number. In front of solids, the gaseous particles are very negligible number of particles. So for solids, it is taken as the reference point. So for solids, it is taken as 1. Means it will not change, right? So while writing the solids, we will be taking it as 1. So I am taking an equation here. Write the expression and units for Kp and Kc for the reaction. This is the reaction CaCO3. It is in solid state. It has been converted to CaO, means it is a reversible reaction. And you know that entire chapter talks with only reversible reaction. CaO gets in solid state plus CO2 in gaseous state. So if you write Kc, what happens? Products concentration CaO, power is 1 here, so already you will be getting power 1 because stoichiometric coefficient is 1. CO2 is also product, so that stoichiometric coefficient is 1, here also same. This one is CaCO3. And already I have said that whenever solids are present, the particles will be very close together. Number of particles when compared to with respect to gases, they will be very heavy. So solids will not be compared and it will be taken as 1. So what we will be taking? CaO is solid, so this is taken as 1 into concentration of CO2. This is gas and this is solid. So by 1. So what you will be getting? Kc will be equal to concentration of CO2 whole power 1. Since CaCO3, CaO are solids, it is taken as unity. And you know that concentration is taken as, you know this one, moles per liter. So moles per liter, and here power is 1. So this is the unit. So this is how to write an equilibrium constant with concentration. Okay. So this one will be the condition. To write Kp, Kp is applicable for only for gases, right? There should be at least one gas in this equation. Then only Kp is possible. Okay. If you go for Kp, what you will be writing? Concentration of product CaO, concentration CO2 by CaCO3. See, CaCO3 are both solids, right? So that what you will be having, Kb will be equal to concentration of CO2. And units, if you talk Kp, what will be calling? We will be calling with respect to pressures. So Kp will be measured with respect to pressures as atmosphere. The unit of pressure is atmosphere, so atmosphere whole to the power 1. Okay, generally this should not be represented in this way. It should be represented like P CO2 power 1, P CaO power 1 by P CaCO3 power 1. This is the way. I have made a little mistake here. You correct this. It should be written in this form. Okay. Partial pressure of CO2 raised to their power. Partial pressure of CaO raised to their power. Partial pressure of CaCO3 raised to their power. As we know that CaCO3 as well as CaO are solids, you will be getting only partial pressure of CO2 raised to the power 1. Okay. In this way, Kb units will be atmosphere to the power 1. This is the first note. What is the first note, students? Whenever you are having solids, it should be taken as unity. Let us take one question and solve that. This is N2O4 in the gaseous state getting converted into 2NO2. So equilibrium constant Kc will be products concentration NO2 whole square by N2O4. Reactant concentration power here it is. Stoichiometric coefficient here it is 1. So the power will become 1. So here if you go for the units, what should be getting? This is moles per liter whole square. This is moles per liter whole power 1. So moles per liter common. If the denominator goes upside, what happens? 2 minus 1. This is something like a power m by a power n. It will be equal to a power m minus n. So this is a power 2, a power 1. So that it becomes a power 2 minus 1. So it becomes moles per liter. So the unit is this one. Suppose if you go for with respect to Kp, what you will be writing? Partial pressure of NO2 whole power 2, that is square, by partial pressure of N2O4 whole power 1, because the stoichiometric coefficient is 1. So pressure is measured in atmosphere, so it is atmosphere square by atmosphere. So what happens? Atmosphere, same this formula, 2 minus 1, it will become atmosphere whole to the power 1. This is the unit of this particular equation with respect to partial pressure. So this is also in gaseous condition, right? Going for the second note. First note is what? Whenever there is solid, we will be taking it as unity. Going for the second note. H2O in the liquid condition converting into H2O into gas condition. See, chemical equilibrium means one chemical is getting converted into another chemical. See, if you see here also, CaCO3 is getting converted to CaO plus CO2, means the reactant has been dissociated and you are getting different products. See, if you see here in this condition, whatever the reactant is there, the same product is present in this side also. So what we will be telling, this is not the chemical equilibrium, this is the physical equilibrium. Only there is a change in the physical state of the reactants. Okay, so water, whatever that is present in the liquid state, has been converted to water in the gaseous state. So the state whatever they are existing, it is not chemical equilibrium, it is only physical equilibrium. So what will be taking? Kc, product is H2O gas by H2O liquid. In physical equilibrium, whenever there is liquid, we will not take into the consideration. This H2O, whenever it is in the liquid condition, it is taken as unity. Remember this, students. This is the important note. There are three notes. First one is solid is taken as unity, and the second note is whenever there is a physical equilibrium, whatever the compound it is present in the liquid state, it is not taken into consideration, it is taken as unity. So H2O in the gaseous state, power 1, because stoichiometric coefficient is 1. H2O in the liquid state, stoichiometric coefficient is 1. So we'll be getting in this way. As we are not taking this one, the liquid condition one, we should not be taken. Okay, so H2O in the gas, concentration is moles per liter. In the same way, here partial pressure will be applied only for the gases, not for the liquids, right? Pressure is exerted by only gas, right? Not by the liquid. So we'll be taking pressure H2O whole power 1. So it is equal to atmosphere whole to the power 1, because the bottom one will not take into the consideration, that is taken as unity, right? This is the second note. And going for the example, see here, Cu copper solid plus 2Ag plus in the aqueous solution, it is in equilibrium with Cu plus 2 aqueous 2Ag in the solid state. If you write equilibrium constant, products Cu plus 2 aqueous, this one should be getting Ag whole power 2. We are not taking this because this is in solid state. Okay, right. Among the reactant should be in the denominator. Cu is solid, we will not take this one into consideration, so Ag plus whole square. Okay, now because stoichiometric coefficient is 2. So what is happening now? Concentration is moles per liter, this is square. So what happens? This is 1. If it goes top side, this one will become minus 2. So on whole it will become moles per liter minus 1. This is with respect to Kc. If you go for Kp, there is no gas at all here. Kp can be represented only for the gaseous compounds. In this reaction there is no gas, so this reaction is not applicable for writing Kp. Okay. And note 3. You are taking acetic acid aqueous condition, H2O in the liquid condition. It has been converted to CH3COO minus aqueous condition plus H3O plus aqueous condition. So if you write Kc, it becomes concentration of CH3COO minus concentration of H3O plus by reactant CH3COO minus plus H2O. See, in this condition, in CH3COO is getting converted into CH3COO minus. So what it is happening here means, in this medium, this is the medium. In water means acetic acid we are adding to the water. Water is not getting involved in the reaction. Okay, water is the medium where acetic acid is getting converted to this one, right? Acetic acid is added to water, because suppose you are taking a bucket full of water and you are adding some 1 glass of acetic acid to that. So that acetic acid is converted into this one, where the entire reaction is taking place in the solvent. Whenever this type of condition is coming, whenever there is a solvent in liquid state, that also will not be taken into the consideration. If the reaction is in aqueous medium, this one will be taken in huge quantity. Okay, liquid, the solvent will be taken in the huge quantity, so that the reaction will come soon into the equilibrium. So that in this condition, okay, whenever water is taken as a solvent, then also it is taken as unity. So CH3COO minus products concentration H3O plus by CH3COOH. This one is taken as unity. This is the way of writing this one. And Kp, see, liquid aqueous condition is present. So Kp is absent. So we can't write Kp for this one. Okay, students. So we have learnt Kc as well as Kp to write in the 3 forms. 3 exceptions or 3 conclusions are present. So the conclusions of the above thing I am giving here. First one, for solids it is taken as unity 1. Okay, whenever there is a physical change between the reactants as well as product, the liquid condition is taken as unity. Whenever H2O aqueous it is taken as a solvent or aqueous medium, then also it is taken as unity. Remember this, solid is taken as unity. Whenever there is a conversion from liquid phase to gaseous phase, means a single compound is existing in the reactant as well as the product, only there is a physical change, then the liquid condition is taken as unity. Whenever the water is taken as the solvent or aqueous medium for the reaction to occur, then also the H2O is taken as unity. These are the 3 things that you should keep in the mind while writing the Kc as well as the Kp for the reaction. Thank you, students. In the next lecture we will be continuing with the relation between Kp and Kc.